Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast. Talking Ravens all day, every day with your host, Justin P. This is episode 73 for the YouTube channel. And for the audio version, all the links are right there in the descriptions, right along with myself, Dave, and Shannon's, social media platforms. So, I know go check us out there. Also, like and subscribe. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. Got a good show. Got MVP co-host back. Got Shannon. Super dated the mailman's here as well. As usual on Thursdays. All right, so let's get right into it. The first topic of the day. What week should Marlon Humphrey come back? Dave, you're the guest, so you got the floor first.
All right, all right. I think week 5 is the week for him. I mean, you're coming off foot surgery, so don't rush it. You can't afford any setbacks. He's too valuable to the team. For the Ravens to have any chance to win a Super Bowl, he must be healthy. We need this guy. 27-year-old Pro Bowl player, star status, top 10 corner in the NFL. Take your time. Don't take too much time though, but come back 100%. In the first 4 weeks, we got Houston, we got Cincinnati, we got Indy, we got Cleveland. Houston, we don't need Marlon Humphrey to beat them.
Right.
Cincinnati, we might need Marlon Humphrey. But look, we can win a shootout now. Like with the offense that we got coming in, we can win a shootout. Indy, we shouldn't even need Humphrey for them. Cleveland, I think Cleveland might be a little bit more improved. So once again, like I said, we can win a shootout if we need to. So, take your time. I think week 5 is the week for him. Don't rush it. Don't take any unnecessary chances. So
Got you. I'm soon to stream y'all start geeking. I'm gonna Shannon take the floor. Just give it a second. Sorry about that, everyone. Like I said, it's been tripping lately.
yeah, but look, these young corners, they gotta step up. So once again with Humphrey out, these young guys, we gonna see what you got because we gonna need them. So.
Absolutely. Well, I'll go to Shannon. To string y'all so messing her up.
Right.
Uh, week 5. I agree with you, Dave, because that gives them a whole month basically to let that thing heal up. We should at worst be like 3-1. I mean, in my opinion, definitely the Colts and Texans should be wins without them. The Bengals game gonna be tricky, but the good thing about it, Joe Burrow won't be 100% either. So we can get to him and Clown and them boys and just get there a couple times, make them uncomfortable. Bless you.
Thank you.
Clowney and them get there, make them uncomfortable. That helps the back end out. You know what I mean? If they can get pressure on the quarterback, now these guys don't got covers long. Now they can take chances and jump the route. Cause turnover. Like you said, we can probably win a 35-28 game if we got to now with the offense we got. So you just get the stops when you need them. So I think we can do okay till he gets back. Got some solid veterans, Jalen Alman Davis, Brandon Stevens. You got Arthur Millette, who's been around a little bit. So and you still got your safeties behind them to help them out. So yeah, man, I agree with you, Dave. I say both week 5. That way gives us a whole month. All right, Shannon back. Go ahead, Shannon.
Um, yeah, I was going to say it's tough to say because we don't. As far as I know, he hasn't been back practicing yet, so I wouldn't want to rush it. We talked about this at the end of last week's show, whether or not we should just put him on a pup list to avoid even having to answer questions like this, and to not make him feel like he has to rush back. So for me, I feel like if he is not ready to practice, like within week 2, like I think the pup list is good. Like that was my argument last episode. But if we're not going to put him on a pup list, then I think that we need to see him practice before we can say he needs to be out there. So that's my biggest thing. It's tough to say when he should come back when I don't even know that he's practicing. Literally just saw a report that Cooper Cup has re-aggravated his hamstring injury. So when you rush guys back, well, sometimes they think that they're ready to come back, they might not be. And I feel like we would need him more later in the season than the first 3 to 4 weeks. So let him take his time. You know, it's the reason why we kept a couple of guys on the roster, so he doesn't have to feel the need to rush back. So it's tough to say exactly when, but if he's not practicing, then don't put him out there.
Okay, man. Dave said week 5. So what week would you give it? It just just in your opinion.
Well, like I told you last show, I would put him on a pup list. Then that means he can't come back before week 4. You know, I think week 5 would be the first week he could come back at that point. So that was my argument before.
Okay, so week 5 for you too. Okay, all right. So we all in agreement on that one. All right. Next topic, I saw something, a couple articles. I wanted to make it a topic so we all could talk about it. Will the Ravens possibly trade Devin Duvernay now that Keaton Mitchell is on the 53-man roster? Go ahead, Dave. The floor is yours.
No way. Duvernay is important as a kick returner and a wide receiver. Duvernay is a Pro Bowl returner. Keep him. I mean, I like Keaton Mitchell. I'm excited just like everybody else is. But Duvernay's he's done it. He's been here since he's been here. I mean, this guy's speed on speed. Like I said, we just talked about Humphrey. Depth is important. You got Odell Beckham, Rashad Bateman. They're both coming back from season-ending injuries. Duvernay was out, had a pretty bad injury last year. So you got to have depth. On any play, you can get rocked and be done. So, like I said, look at Mitchell. Mitchell got hurt against Washington. So, like I always say, too much is better than not enough. They're both small guys. I mean, Duvernay's only 5'11", 200. Keaton Mitchell's like 5'8", $190. On top of that, Duvernay is young. Duvernay's only 25. He's been productive, man. I mean, keep Duvernay around, man. Don't, and like I said, he's proven. Mitchell, like I said, I'm excited. He's a home run threat, but keep Duvernay. Don't trade him.
Well said. Go ahead, Shannon.
I said if a trade possibility came up, I think the Ravens would do it. He's going to be a free agent next year. So if a team came and offered something, I think the Ravens would look into that because you could get something for somebody you might lose for free agency. And the comp picks really depend on a lot, whether or not you get one and all. So yeah, if the season goes on, by the trade deadline, if it's looking like Keaton Mitchell or somebody else on a roster can step up in that spot, and another team offers the Ravens a draft pick, I definitely think it's possible that he could be traded. Now, would I want him gone? No. Like, I'm a fan of him. We've talked about Duvernay, all off season. But yeah, if the opportunity presented itself, it wouldn't shock me at all if they traded him.
Okay, well said, Shannon. Me personally, I'm gonna say no because Keaton Mitchell, like I said, for us, like I said, he got is a bright spot, but we got to see him in regular season action. It's different in preseason action when you're going against guys who are not going to be on the team or that's going to be on the team but be on the end of the bench. Feel me? So it's like it's different going against those guys going against guys who are actually going to be on the field and playing. So I say let's pump out brakes on that, before we just trade away our all-pro returner. Yes, this is contract year. Yes, you could say 4.5, all that stuff like that. But say if Odell gets hurt, right? Now you got to call up one of them guys out the practice squad when Duvernay already ready to go. And he showed you last year he can step in and make plays when called upon. And that was in a Greg Roman offense. Now imagine now with a more wide open Todd Monken offense. So I say let's hold the brakes on that. Only way you ship him out here if you get if you get a sweetheart offer, on some Madden type stuff, like somebody give you a second or a third round pick or something like that, then yeah, you move on, you trade them because you're getting great value. So other than that, if there's anything less than that, if there's a 4th or 5th round pick, keep them because it's not worth it. It leaves an all pro returner and a good number 3 or 4 receiver, and undrafted rookie that's just going to come in and pick up where he left off. It doesn't always work like that. Like I say, he's one injury away from playing. Like you said, Dave, Odell's coming off injury. Rashad Bateman's coming off injury. So, all it takes is one play, and then boom, he's higher on the depth chart at receiver. So I'm gonna say hold off for now because, like I said, we ain't seeing enough Keaton Mitchell in live regular season action for us to say, oh yeah, we good without doing that.
Right.
All right. Our next topic. This is like a part two of Shannon's topic from Tuesday. Now that the Ravens have named John Simpson the starting left guard, is this the end of Ben Cleveland? Go ahead, Dave.
I mean, good for John Simpson. I mean, Christmas came early. He's a diamond in the rough. He is the best offensive lineman in the preseason for us. Good run and pass blocker. Hey, thanks, Raiders. Thanks for that good looking out. Appreciate you. This guy came to Baltimore motivated. 6'4", 330 pounds. I mean, this guy's pancaking guys like IHOP, man. Put some syrup on that poor guy. He got pancaked. Yes, but keep Ben Cleveland though. I mean, you got 9 offensive linemen. He's ninth on the depth chart. That's fine. He wasn't that good in the Philly game, but he's a Monken guy. Ravens, we develop offensive linemen very well. He's a better run blocker than a pass blocker. The only real weakness that he really has is he doesn't have really good foot speed. Like when he pulls, he takes a while to get there. You gotta, you know, he might not get there to open up that hole. But if he just going straight ahead, he's all right. And he can play guard, he can play tackle. He's a little bit better at guard. And he's a big guy, 6'6", 370. I could work with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the Washington game, he was pretty good. But, he's so-so in the Tampa Bay game. And once again, he knows the system. And like I said, who you got better? But he better play well because Andrew Voorhees is coming back next season. So he better play well. So I say keep him. I'm good with him this year. So, and once again, he can get better.
Okay. Well said, Dave. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, I think it is probably the end for him, especially if John Simpson does well this season. I think he'll remain on the roster this year. And I think he made the 53-man roster. So barring a team wanting to trade for him, I think he's going to be on the team for this year. But I definitely think it could be the end. If John Simpson does what we want him to do or we hope he can do, yeah, I could see them letting it go. Again, like I said with Duvernay, it's like you're not to not let guys just walk for nothing. You might go on and trade him if the opportunity presents itself. So it's a possibility. Yeah, I think his days are numbered. Just depends on how well John Simpson does during the season.
Same here. I'm gonna echo the same. I think he, like I say, he's going to be on the roster because he's, like I say, he's somewhat versatile. Knows Monken's system. Been here for his third year now. So in case of an injury, so he'll slide. He can always slide him in, and he don't gotta learn the offense. But like you said, if John Simpson going to have a pretty good year and get an extension, yeah, he's gone. Because like you said, big Andrew Voorhees come back next year. So you know, Ben Cleveland may be playing somewhere else next year. But if a team come and say, hey, we got a 5th-round pick from Ben Cleveland, because our offensive lineman value is a little higher than certain positions because that's what you got. It's hard to come past decent linemen. So if a team that has a really bad line say, hey, we give you a 5th, the Ravens are going to take it. They're going to say, you know what? Because we probably was going to cut him anyway. So yeah, we'll take the 5th. So yeah, but right now he'll be on the roster. But long term, yeah, he's done. He's done long term.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. No doubt.
So next topic. Do you think this will be Patrick Queen's best season of his career? Go ahead, Dave.
Yes. I mean, if anybody is motivated, it's Patrick Queen. You got your 5th-year option decline. So they not playing with you. You looking for that new contract. Like you just saw what Roquan Smith got, that $20 million a year. You're not getting $20 million. But once again, you got Roquan Smith next to you. All pro middle linebacker. It's no pressure on you. All you gotta do is just go out there, do your job, and just make them big plays. He's a good tackler, good sideline to sideline speed, And this year, I think he's going to blitz more because, especially with Marlon Humphrey out, We need to get to that quarterback. We got to get some heat on him. And he is a good blitzer. He's a really good blitzer. So I'm going to need, just make them plays. You got top end safeties behind you. You got Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, just in case, you get beat a little bit. But I think the sky's the limit for Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith in the middle. This could be the next Ray Lewis and Jamie Sharper, in my opinion. I mean, he was killing when Roquan Smith came here. So I just give me a whole season of that right there. Patrick Queen, he's going to have a great season and he's going to get that money and we're going to keep him. That's what I think. Give him a good 4 or 5 year contract out of the season.
That'd be nice, man. That'd be nice, Dave. Well said. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, Dave said exactly what I was going to say. 2 reasons I think it will be his best year is because he wants to get paid and because of who he's next to. We saw how much his game improved last year when Roquan came, and having a whole off season and start to finish, hopefully all this season, he's going to play more freely. So I definitely think that it's going to be his best year.
I think so as well. Just to echo what y'all said, definitely the money. We know that 5th year option got declined, so he'd be basically like, he probably betted on himself. You never know. Just because the team declined the option, that don't mean it was their choice. Some players say, you know what? No, I'm gonna bet on myself and get more money. You know what I mean? So that's just to throw that out there for those who know. It's not always the organization saying, "Oh yeah, we don't think you're worth it." Sometimes the players decline it. So yeah, but I think he's going to definitely have a good year. Like you said, he's beside Roquan. They got a good chemistry right there. He's in a defense again, learning it for the 2nd straight season, which he going to get more comfortable with certain calls and stuff. So he don't got to be the Mike Backer. He could be the Will and just go fly around and make plays. So yeah, I think he's definitely going to have a hell of a season. Like I said, hopefully we can retain him. He don't outprice himself out of here. But this is a business. I mean, so if a team come and say, "Hey man, we got 5 years, 125," he gone. It's just Eric DeCosta not even going to try to match that. That'd be stupid because you already got one contract. You already got one middle linebacker on that contract. You can't pay 2. I ain't gonna say you can't, but it'd be unwise to pay 2 middle linebackers that type of money. That's not a premium position in today's football. So if a team come off of Queen that, Eric DeCosta gonna say, "Man, he gonna shake his hand, wish you the best, man." He's like, "I can't do that. I can't match that. Go get your money."
Yeah, man. Hey, can I add a little something on the end of that?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, plus, like I said, that linebacker room is deep, man. Malik Harrison, he played good. He looked good. Trenton Simpson, he got potential. So you got guys that gonna put some heat on you too. So
yeah, and that's another reason why the Ravens won't overprice themselves. They got capable guys that can step up and play next to Roquan. So that way they ain't got to oversell the farm to keep clean.
Right.
All right. I got one more topic after this. I forgot to put it in here, but it's okay. How do you think Mike MacDonald will use Brandon Stevens and Adarius Washington? Go ahead, Dave.
Both these players are versatile. I mean, Stevens, he's a better safety. He's an okay corner. He'll give up a few, but he'll make a few plays as well. And he plays hard. He's a tough guy. Washington, he's a little guy, tough as nails, like 5'8", $175 maybe. I mean, but he has really good coverage skills. He was making plays all preseason. Great speed, man. This guy's a playmaker. I mean, it's his 3rd season. He just hangs on. With Humphrey out, I think we should give this guy a shot to get a little bit of playing time. Put him in the nickel, maybe the dime. Stevens, he's also a good tackler and a good special teamer. So, these guys, they're good backups. They're not going to be stars. Hopefully we don't need them to start. I don't think they're good enough to start, but they're good, they're good players though. So, and the fact that they're versatile is good. That's important. So especially right now, like I said, we gotta hold it down until Marlon Humphrey get back. So, but we're gonna need these guys to play.
Well said, and I agree. Go ahead, Shash.
I think initially, I mean, considering the injuries that we have, I think he's probably going to want to play them more in a nickel position initially. But because they're capable, they may see playing time in other positions just as it comes across. Any given series or play, if they need to put them in, switch them out, do something like that, they may. But I think overall, they'll be playing more against the wide receiver that's in the slot, unless something happens and they need to come in real quick and go in for somebody else. Like you said, they aren't starters, but I think they'll definitely be utilized, especially early.
Oh yeah, that go off y'all. I think that yeah, they definitely gonna be used very pivotal because if you say Marlon's down, I think Pepe still a little banged up, so definitely gonna use them guys in the nickels and dimes and the rover rolls. Like we ain't gonna have them come down probably blitz. We like to blitz the DBs and stuff like that. So definitely they're gonna be on the field a lot, man, mixing and matching. Outside corner slot. And Adarius Washington, I don't know, you guys may or may not agree. He reminds me of a poor man's Tyron Matthew. He reminds me of a poor man's Honey Badger. Not as good as him, but just goes hard because he undersized and just always make plays when the ball comes his way. That's why I said poor man's version because both the
Mm-hmm.
same size, same body frame. So yeah, I like that kid a lot, man. I think he gonna contribute. Stevens, like I say, everybody's on him, but people have to remember he only played the cornerback position for 3. Now this will be a third year. He played running back and
Mm-hmm.
converted over to the defensive side of the ball. So just got bad with him a little bit more. I mean, he does what we need him to do. He covers as the guy and then he tackles. He's not going to be a guy that's going to go out and get 10 interceptions, hold guys to 0 catches. No, he's not Sauce Gardner. It's like people got to lower their expectations sometimes, certain players. He's just going to go out and give us what he can give us. And sometimes we just got to be happy with that. We can't expect Brandon Stevens to play like Marlon Humphrey and Rocky said. We can't expect Geno
Mm-hmm.
Stone and Darius Washington to play like Marcus Williams and Cal Hamilton. Feel me? It's that
Mm-hmm.
those guys are their backups for a reason.
Absolutely.
I got one
Yeah.
more.
I
Uh,
agree with you on Washington being a poor man's Tyrann Matthew because he plays hard. Little guy flies around, man.
Definitely. The last one topic I forgot to put in here. What recent roster moves the Ravens made, whether it's practice squad signings, cuts, whatever, that caught you by surprise? Go ahead, Dave.
Um, I'm gonna say I really like Jeremiah Moon. I was surprised that he didn't make it. He played well. He made a lot of plays, and he was in that backfield. He was getting pressure, but at the same time, once again, that linebacker room is really deep. Malik Ham outplayed him. Shout out to him. Bringing the Baltimore kid home. Glad that he made it. I was really pulling for him. Um, I'm glad that Tyler Wireless made it. Laquan Treadwell, they put him on the practice squad. I'm glad we were able to keep him. The tight ends, man. I'm gonna tell you a guy I really like. I really like Charlie Kolar. Once again, we got Andrews and Likely, you know, but Kolar is right to me. He's right up there with Isaiah Likely. This guy was catching everything, and he tall too. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we kept Travis Vokalek too. He's another one that he was killing a 2 touchdown game. He was catching everything. So I'm surprised no one picked him up. I'm glad that he made. I'm glad that we kept a lot of guys. Melvin Gordon. I'm surprised that no one picked him up too. I mean, so I like the depth. Everybody that made it, I wasn't surprised. So. Oh, I mean, the only one that I was kind of surprised about was Josh Johnson. I thought Josh Johnson played well enough to,
Yeah.
you know, at least, get on the practice squad. So, I mean, it's all good. I'm good with Huntley. But Huntley, listen, if we need you, you look good in the Philly game. He got hurt, unfortunately. So I mean, that's about it. I mean, I would not too many big surprises. The main thing that we got Jadeveon Clowney to replace Houston. So I mean, I'm good with everything that we did. They did a good job scouting and evaluating everybody.
Well said. Go ahead, co-host. Floor is yours.
Um, hmm. I was actually surprised that I don't know how to pronounce the tight end that's on the practice squad. I didn't think he was.
Vokalech.
Yeah, I didn't think that he was going to make it through waivers to even be able to be on a practice squad because we talked about him like being that was a surprise. Little competition there with him and Kolar. Like we were kind of shocked by that. So to know that he made it 3-way and we could put him on a practice squad, I thought that was dope. Um, I was surprised also that Melvin Gordon ended up on a practice squad. I just felt like maybe another team would have picked him up when he became available. He's a veteran, so why wouldn't you want that if you can? Particularly with what's happening right now with the state of running backs is kind of iffy. So you would think that teams might want to bring guys in to have depth there, but we also needed to. Um, I was kind of, I was really shocked about Kelly not making the roster. I thought he would have made the roster, and I think I'm not surprised that he didn't make it through waivers because I saw a little bit of potential in him, and I mean I was just surprised that he didn't make it on the roster, and I'm not surprised that he didn't make it through the waivers to be on our practice squad. It's unfortunate. I was hoping that he did make the team, so that we could develop him. But coach said something that was like, that's fair. He said we have a lot of veteran cornerbacks on the team, and when you have that, you don't really have the time and space to develop cornerbacks. And
Sure.
that's kind of true. When you look at who made the roster and who we had to let go, it's unfortunate for him, but that may have been the biggest surprise. I was like, wow, when I saw that.
Yeah, definitely. I start with Kelly because took him in the fifth round, which is fifth round picks are somewhat expendable, but for the most part, you like to keep those guys. I thought at worst he would make the practice squad and just get groomed along until you're ready to get weighed. I said, hold up, damn. And then Seattle wasted no time. Pete Carroll being the savant he is, he said, man,
Hmm.
John Snyder, go ahead and pick up that phone, man. We can recreate the Legion of Boom Part 2 over here with him, Devon Witherspoon, and Tariq Woolen. Like, they don't want him, I'll take him. That's how he got Brandon Brown and Sherman because they got undrafted. Nobody wanted him. So he felt in a good situation. And Sam must have felt, like I said, so this the backup center thing. So if Tyler on the ball, knock on wood, something happened to him. Now you're going to slide Makari back to center instead of letting him focus on tackle or whatever. So those just the little things that I talked about the other day. What else? Excuse me. Jeremiah Moon not making it, that definitely was a surprise. The echo Dave. Like I say, I feel like he got enough pressure. Then with Ty's Bowser situation, I know he says he's ready to go, but will he be completely 100%? So I felt like they should at least put him on the practice squad. He may or may not be. Now I haven't looked at it recently. Who else? Josh Johnson, of course, because like I said, I thought teams were going with the 3 quarterbacks. I think every team should go with 3 quarterbacks because it's just a smart thing to do. Quarterback get hurt, now instead of going to the practice squad to call somebody up, you already got one to run on your roster. But Tyler Wallace, he played good enough. He played good enough to stay on board. Because had he not, he was going to join his buddy James Prochet on the unemployment line. So you know, he played good. Then Dante Demas, he got released. I was surprised by that. I thought they at least put him on the practice squad. They might
Yeah,
have, but I'm not too sure. Laquan Treadwell practice squad, which was good because somebody get hurt, you can bring him up. Vokalets, I already knew he was going to be on the practice squad because he played good enough, but he wasn't going. We weren't going to get rid of Kolar or even for him, what happened. But he earned the spot on the practice squad. So who else? And that's about it. Because all the other guys that got cut deserve to be cut. I mean, Corey Mayfield. I
right.
mean, all them guys, they stunk it up. I'm sorry, they stunk it up, so they deserve to get waived. I think Christian Welch got waived, didn't he?
Yeah,
That
he
was a
didn't make it either.
because how important he was on special team. But they feel like we're gonna get 30 cents off a dollar. But Trenton Simpson, he gonna play special teams. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. So
Right.
that's how teams do it. They got a player that can do the same thing for a lesser pay rate. This is still a business. You forget that. You know what I'm saying? It's just still a business. It's
Mhm.
entertainment to us, but it's to them. It's still a business. So that's about it.
It's only entertainment.
Yeah. Thank you, Raz. Thank you, Brandon, by himself for tuning in. Go subscribe to those guys' channel. Got good content over there, man. They talk about everything from sports to life, marriage, all that stuff like that. Like Brandon Bazel just got married a month ago, man. So once again, congratulations to my brother. Me and Dave got a chance to chop it up with them at the meet and greet, which was a goddamn, that was a blast. We had a blast. Definitely looking forward to whenever they do the next one. Me and Dave enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're ready to wrap it up. So, Shannon, anything you want to say before we close it out?
I was just about to say something about that last topic, and I just forgot after you was just saying all of that stuff. I forgot.
You want to
Go
let
ahead.
Dave
Go ahead.
come
Go
back?
ahead. Yeah, he can go.
Go ahead, Dave. We'll come back to Shannon.
All right. Yeah, real quick, before I get into that, I agree with you on Demas, man. I thought he would have made the practice squad and they tried to develop him. I mean, that's one that I was kind of halfway disappointed on, but it's all good. But yeah, as far as shout outs, man, I want to shout out my Uncle Dave, David Ruffin, Leslie Harvey. I had a little health scare earlier in the week. Appreciate everybody checking on me. Brian Barry, Morris Brown, Michelle Brown, Manny Fontenette, everybody that just reached out. I had a lot of people reach out. I had a little health scare, but I'm all right. And just talking Ravens all day, every day. Just ready for the season, man. Ready for some football. Hey, man, one more topic, y'all. How many fantasy football leagues y'all in, man?
2.
2. What you got? 4. I'm in 5, man.
I said 4 is my limit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Stuff. I got Lamar in one league, so I need Lamar to light it up.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. You said David Ruffin. Oh man, all I thought about was the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. That's the first thing that came to my mind when you said that. So go ahead, Shannon. Circle back to what you gonna say.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about the roster, but I will say we talked about this. We've been talking about it. I'm just happy. Like this time next week, we'll definitely be getting ready for a real game of football. Um, that's exciting. And Dave, about the fantasy question, I'm only in 2 leagues, right? But this is the first time. Like usually, I just do it for fun. I've only played for money maybe like 2 or 3 times.
One of
But this,
my leagues for money, Shannon, because only one, just one.
right, that's what I was gonna say. So because I'm in 2 money leagues this year, I was like, I ain't got time to be playing with nobody else because I got to make sure that I'm drafting and doing what I got to do right. So normally I might be in like 4 or 5 because it wasn't for no money. But like this year, I'm like, no, I'm gonna take these 2. I ain't even want to get in the third one for real. I was gonna do a third one, then I was like, no, never mind. Let me focus on these 2. But we don't draft until next week, so I still got time to think about what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, just trust your gut. I mean, things can happen. Anybody can get hurt any given time. Like that's why it's called fantasy football because it's like
Yeah.
But yeah, man, great show, everyone. I'm glad to see Dave is doing better, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Made on here to chop it up with us. Next week around this time, we're gonna be doing Breaking the Shannon. See, Dave, you ain't been on no regular season show. Tell them, Shannon, it's a whole different thing. We get to break down coaches, good, bad, and ugly. It gets heated. It gets heated. Tell them, Shannon, it gets heated. Like you don't have Bishop on here preaching a sermon. You're gonna have Hindu on here looking at it. You're gonna have AJ on his rant. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have everybody going through their little spats. Tell them, Shannon. It's like the Younger Than Restless.
And I'll be the one that's calm and trying to bring some
Shannon,
reason. I'm the voice of reason, and they be ready to jump off and let it go. Everybody, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me tell you from this side.
Man, let me tell you something, man. You already know, man. I'm battle tested. I don't know if you ever seen Keep It a Stack. So look, trust me, I'm ready for whatever.
That's a tough. I know. I watched the show, so I've seen the dialogue with y'all.
We goes in.
You definitely can handle this. We got heat rock be geeking. But yeah, anyway, everyone.
He Rock, Money Bill, shout out. I got shout my guys out. He Rock, Money Bill, Chad Moody Media, man. We goes in. You already know.
Yeah. So they definitely built tough for. But yeah, the regular season shows Like we getting straight to the game plan, previews, all the others. We might talk about some certain media stuff, but most of the time it's gonna be strictly just about the opponent we playing, we played, and the opponent, the very next opponent. So everyone, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Talking Ravens all day, every day. That's what Trade stands for. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, Twitter, follow us everywhere. I'm also on TikTok. Oh man, enjoy y'all Thursday. I think college football is on tonight. I'm not too sure, but it's definitely open a week for college football. So go ahead and get y'all bets in, your DraftKings and all that stuff in your parlays. And we'll be back Tuesday, same bad time, bad channel. Shannon gonna show us, gonna have some 5 topics. So tune in. Love y'all guys. We are out.
Good night. See y'all.
I'm
Good
good.
night, Shannon. It's arrow tripping.
Still going.
Yeah. I hate this. Hold on.
Only way we gotta give them some more, man. They don't want to shut it down.
Yeah, not tonight, because I gotta get on Maurice's podcast in 10 minutes. So come on, damn it.